We read in yesterday's Torah portion the story of Migdal Bavel, the Tower of Babel. The Medrash relates how all of humanity decided to build a tower high enough to reach the heavens. A tremendous rebellion against Hashem, against God. Abraham, our forefather, tried to convince the people to believe in Hashem and abandon the futile project. The people tried to prove Abraham wrong and even mocked him. The obvious question is, why did the people have to invalidate the words of Abraham? He was one person against the entire world. Why do they have to even acknowledge him? The answer is that even though Abraham was the only dissenting voice in the entire world, his words were emes, truth. The truth is so penetrating, and if they would not have ridiculed Abraham, his words would have penetrated into their hearts. Therefore, they had to denigrate it. A few years ago, we received a phone call from the Earlbounds of the Chevra about a young lady who lived in Bucks County but wanted to learn more about Yiddishkeit. A couple of weeks later, Alina began coming to our home to study. Her interest and thirst for the Torah, her interest and thirst for emes, which of course is Torah, was unquenchable. After each session, she would take out her calendar to schedule the next one. It was not easy to find a day that was open because her calendar was always booked with classes and lectures. A class at Aish, a lecture at Eitz Chaim. I was amazed as to how many shiurim lectures she attended each week. After leaving, she would often call with questions, making sure that everything she did was just right. She did not perform mitzvahs just for the sake of performing them. She wanted to do everything the right way and for the right reasons. It was so inspiring for us to watch her grow spiritually so rapidly. That growth came about because of her intense love of Torah. She seems to always be on a mission of coming closer to Hashem. Then Alina met Adam. It was so obvious that they were bashered for each other. Adam's love of Torah is so apparent by the close relationship he has with so many rabbis. Adam is a fifth-generation member of the Levine family-owned funeral home. Adam loves his job. Why? Adam's line of work offers him the opportunity to comfort individuals and families who are grieving. Adam views it as an opportunity to do chesed for others when they need him most. The leadership role that Adam takes in so many Jewish organizations is yet another manifestation of his love of chesed and Torah. We are so fortunate to have Adam and Alina as friends. Their genuine love of Torah makes them truly deserving of this evening's Abbas Torah Award. I ask Adam and Alina, please come up. Abbas Torah Award presented to Adam and Alina Levine, a most deserving couple, Sunday, November 9th, 2008, annual dinner, Community Torah Center, Buxton.
When Rabbi Max called my wife and I and asked us if we wanted to accept this award, I said to him, "How long do you want me to speak?" He said an hour and a half. I said, "Rabbi, let's stick with 45 minutes. So I'm not going to go on for too long, but I do have some points I'd like to touch on. First of all, I'd like to thank many of the rabbis, especially Rabbi Adlerstein, who wasn't mentioned earlier, for coming to the dinner tonight. I'd like to thank my coworkers. I'd like to thank my family, my parents, for coming tonight. And of course, I'd like to thank my wife and her father for coming tonight. If it wasn't for my wife, then I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be in this position. She's done so much for me. She's wonderful, and I love her. last week's Torah portion, Abraham entered into the scene. Abraham represents chesed, kindness. Many of the things that he did, all of the things that he did really represented being kind and doing true things for others. And Rabbi Max and this organization really represents that. And to be able to be a part of bringing so many more people here to let them know about what they do, I find to be a beautiful thing, and I am so grateful and honored for being a part of that. And being that we're talking about kindness, I'm not going to keep you here for 45 more minutes. And anyone who's watching the clock to see that the Eagles are going to be starting against the New York Giants around 8:15, don't worry, I won't go for too much longer. But in thinking about kindness, I want to now look at the opposite end of that. Tonight marks a point in history that has happened. November 9th and November 10th was the time when Kristallnacht was said to have happened, where the Nazis broke windows, killed people, did a lot of damage, hurt people, all in the name of anti-Semitism, and because one race or one group or one individual is better than any others. And we now have the opportunity to come here together, to unite as one group of people, to do good and to stop things from that happening. And the fact that this is a kind of anniversary of that event that's happened, we can use this night and this event that much more going forward to do so much more good with kindness and with good deeds. So just take a moment and think about those things that you can do from the past that's happened and then moving forward with what's going to happen. Thank you very much.